Thank you very much for watching this episode of New Arrivals. Please comment down below which is your favorite of them. Hey guys, Milo here for the Fellowship of Acoustics and welcome to a new episode of New Arrivals. As always, we're going to find our 4 favorite guitars that came in last week. And then it's up to you to pick your favorite of the week. You can comment down below or also vote in the poll in the community side of our YouTube page. Last week your favorite was the matching amp and the Gibson Les Paul Jr. from 1955, which was a really cool combo. But it's a shame that the Sergei de Jonge didn't get as much votes because we need some love for the Sergei de Jonge with the Carina. I thought it was a great sounding guitar. I think there will be some great pieces in here as always, so let's dive in right away. And we're going to start with a guitar that's on Colin's desk right here. This is a Hudson Dalton. I just saw it before we started shooting. This is called an MJ, right? What do you know about this, Colin?
It's a mid-sized jumbo from Hudson Dalton.
MJ?
MJ, mid-jumbo, I think. Yeah. And it's made from koa, the back and side. And it has a cedar top, which is slightly arched.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know if you can catch this, but it's a really light arch on here. But Colin, you said something that Gibson uses arched tops as well. Why do they do that?
The tops on Gibsons are a bit arched instead of completely flat. So there's a bit more tension on the top. What holds them from caving in, like old Martins do. Yeah. And therefore, Martins need more neck resets than Gibsons do. So.
Because almost all the vintage Martins that we get here did have a neck reset once, and not a lot of Gibsons get a neck reset. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah. Build archtop acoustic guitars. Beautiful Hudson Dalton, but we don't want to throw shade on vintage Martins because they are great sounding guitars. And when cared for properly, they will be playable for a lot of years. And this is a example of that because this is a 1926 0018. Let's have a look at this. A beautiful 12th fret neck joint, as you can see. So not the standard 0018 that we know today. Slotted headstock as well. From 1926, it was before the OM was released. The 0018 that we know today has a shorter scale length of 24.9 inch. And in 1926, the 000 size was the largest size that Martin offered. And that also came with a longer scale length. It should have 25.4 inch. I found some pieces online that also had 25.3, so it varied a little bit. So you might hear some tuning in the background. Those are our luthiers that are checking all the new the incoming guitars. So maybe that was a blend between me playing and some tuning. I find this a lovely sounding guitar. Beautiful open high end. Really wonderful sound. Only the first acoustic that we tried today. So we'll have a little look around. We're staying with the mahogany guitars. This is a Essential D by Atkin. And I would say second-hand one. We don't see a lot of second-hand Atkins. I think a lot of people are really happy with their Atkins once they buy them. And this is their D18. Mahogany back and sides. LR Baggs Anthem installed already. As always with the Atkin guitars, you see the crackling in the finish, which is mostly something that you see up close, not from afar. One thing I really like about Atkin guitars is that they sound open and played in right from the case, from the factory. But once they are played in for a few years, they will open up even more and sound really lovely. Amazing sounding D18. Sometimes I find with those piezo pickups installed that some of the resonance is removed, but it's definitely not the case with this Essential D. It plays wonderful as well. Know that this is up on the website pretty soon. A 2019 Essential D. Over to the jumbos. This is a 2008 Gibson SJ-200. This is from the True Vintage series. Ooh, really nice. And a beautiful natural finish, maple back and sides. A natural finished jumbo with maple back and sides is a really cool look. It all blends together. And by the looks of it, this is a Adirondack top. I don't know if all the true vintage models have Adirondack tops, but this is a grain that looks a lot like Adirondack. Totally clean, this one. From 2008. I don't think this has been played a lot. typical jumbo and combined with maple sound. So nice and compressed, nice and bright as well, a perfect strummer guitar. But I'm really charmed by the 26 Martin that we opened as the first guitar for this week. I think we're going with that one for our first choice. Check out what is in this case. A really torn, vintage, worn down Fender case. Joey Flash. Once owned by Joey Flash. Let's see. Ooh, a really nice Stratocaster. This one is from 1979. Sunburst with a black pickguard and a maple neck. One employee of the Fellowship will be a really big fan of this, Berend. You know it. This one is not as heavy as a lot of the others that we've had over the years, so I think that's a nice change. Looks to be a refret with some thick frets on it. Colin told me before that the headstock is finished with nitrocellulose, and that's why you see a sort of a orange glow to it over the years. Something that doesn't happen with the rest of the neck, for example. And also not the back of the headstock, only the front of the headstock. Something to do with how they add the logo to the headstock. They need to have this nitro lacquer on there. Contrary to the SJ-200 that we just saw, this one has been played a lot. Also the finish gets to be a little bit like satiny, and there's some dings and dongs here. But a really cool Stratocaster nonetheless. Another one from the Epiphone collection. If you haven't already, then go check out our short doc for the Epiphone, the Dutch Arts of Guitar Museum. This is a 1953 Triumph Regent. Check this out. In a great condition, I must say. The Regent actually stands for a cutaway. So they made a lot of models that had Regent behind it, and then they had a cutaway. This is one of the Triumph models. This is one of the later additions to the Epiphone collection by Ruud. Epiphone started out, I think, with 7 core models in the 30s, and they made it up to, I believe, late 50s. But Ruud will tell you in the doc as well. And we made some great demos with Nick Cruz. He played a demo on this one. So if you want to know how this sounds, I won't do it any justice. You have to check out his demo of this beautiful Triumph Regent. This is a nice surprise. So you all like the Les Paul Junior that we had last week, the 55? Well, we have another one. This time it's from 1959. And this time it's a double cut in a cherry finish. In my opinion, even cooler than a single cut. Check this out from up close. There is something special about the double cut juniors. Also, Collings make a really great, I don't know, I think it's called a 290 DC or something like that. And I've seen a lot of videos by Mick from that pedal show playing that particular guitar. And I think it's just a really cool model. We also gave this guitar to Joey Landreth. They were here on Friday last week. And he played this as well and was really a fan of this. It has a really, really thick neck, which I like and he liked as well. You can do so much with just a single P90. Yeah, I think this is the coolest guitar of this round. And I really like the way how dark this cherry is. It almost looks like a refamb, but we just checked it with the black light and it isn't. A beautiful guitar. So yeah, maybe we have set a trend with doing a junior every week. And this is the second week in a row. We're going with this one. Let's check out another Epiphone. All these Epiphones will be on the website pretty soon, and there's a really nice variety. This is a Deluxe, one of the older ones. So we just had a 53 Triumph. This is a 38 Deluxe. This inlay on the fingerboard looks like the Shell logo. Beautiful flame maple back on here. Everywhere. All the maple on the sides as well, in the neck. Just incredible guitars. So cool to have all these vintage Epiphones in one place right now. If you have the chance, then please come by the store. For the people that are watching this for the first time, we are a guitar store located in the Netherlands, Denersvaart, and we have all these guitars on display. So if you want to play them, you want to try them out, that is a possibility. And it's just really cool to play these vintage Epiphones and hear how these sound and how these fit in the time period as well. A little while back, we had our first Laurie Williams in the store. And I remember that it was an amazing guitar. I don't know anything about this particular one. This is a new one that we received. Oh, Bill. Ja, goed zo. Oh. So we had a little Bill intermezzo. I think Bill is also a big fan of Laurie Williams, and he's really excited to see what's in this case. Let's find out together. Whoa. Whoa. Damn. Wow. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. So I'm not really sure what I'm looking at. If I'm not mistaken, there will be some information in here about all the woods that have been used. I will call my assistant Timon to hold up this guitar while I read what the specs are. So we are looking at a Old Man River Kauri top. So Laurie Williams uses only wood types that are indigenous to New Zealand, where he is from. So I think Kauri is a New Zealand indigenous tree species. I think this was found in the river then, because it also has a bluish sort of hue to it that you find in other woods that have been soaked in water for a long time. If you want to turn it around, please. We have a back and side that's also Kauri. This is ancient Kauri. Due to the unusually long periods of its preservation in peat swamps from which it is recovered, ancient Kauri varies remarkably in color, grain, figure, density and strength. We have a neck that is a river Totara. The binding on the guitar is made by using Matai species, another wood salvage from a river as well. In terms of looks alone, this is a winner for today. Let's see if it sounds any good as well. The last one did. I think this one has a really unique and interesting sound. Something that reminds me a little bit of Kevin Ryan guitars. It has a neck feel that's almost like a classical guitar, so it's really flat on the back and quite wide, which is really comfortable, I think. It sounds really pretty, it looks amazing. This one has to be a new arrival. I think we all agree here in the marketing department that this is one of the best looking guitars of the last few months maybe. So go, Laurie Williams. Thank you. when I came in today, I heard some whispers of a 12-string National, and I believe this is it. So let's check it out together. Ooh, whoa! I've never seen this before. Really, really cool. Check that out. A 12-string National guitar. Say hi, Laura. So this is one of their steel models from the NRP series. Comment down below if you've ever seen a 12-string National guitar. So this is a round neck, so playable without playing slide. Really loud, a really loud guitar. Such an interesting sound, just the National sound combined with 12 strings. Let's see, there's some stickers on this case. The Carter Family Fold Wayne C. Henderson Music Festival and Guitar Competition. Inside of here is a vintage Martin, the second one of this week. This is a D28 from 1964. With a K&K Trinity installed, recognizable by this microphone. In 64, of course, we do have the Brazilian rosewood back and sides on this D28. This is a player within the Martin vintage category. We see this one had a neck reset, a refret as well, a new saddle. We'll do a little bit more of a deep dive to find all the specs for this one. But in 1964, D28 is cool, right? So let's check out the sound of this one. This one does have the unmistakable vintage D28 sound. In my hands it feels a little bit stiff right now. Maybe it does need to be played in if it's not been played for a while. It's a little bit stiff, but it has a wonderful sound. I'm also still thinking a little bit about that D28 from 45 that we had not too long ago. This might be a nice new arrival, but I'm also really charmed by the 12 fret National that we just played. And we do already have a vintage Martin. Move over to a completely different guitar. This is a new Gretsch G6136 NC1H Midnight Sapphire. I don't know if I know this model. A single pickup in the neck, like a maybe a ES50 or something, ES150 I mean. What a cool look. Really nice finish. A bald eagle on the pickguard. This tailpiece is really incredible as well. Looks like a Mercedes or something. I do have to check this with Koen, but this might be a custom order that we place as the Fellowship, because now the title makes sense that I just read. It has a NC, no cutaway, 1H, one humbucker in the neck. So it's like the best of a vintage Gibson archtop combined with everything that the Gretsch custom shop has to offer in terms of looks and flashy design. And the Midnight Sapphire looks amazing, especially combined with the gold, maybe amber sort of binding. For the final choice of this new arrivals, it is between two guitars. It's between the 12 fret National and the D28 from 1964. We already heard that Bill wants to speak today, so we're going to ask his opinion. Bill, wil je even kiezen? Kom maar. Kom maar. Welke van de twee? It's a National, right? Is it a National? Yes. Bill has chosen the 12 fret NRP steel National is our fourth choice for these new arrivals. But do know that the D28 from 1964 is up on the website pretty soon. Alright guys, that was it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. I think we had some great choices today. My favorite would be the 26 0018. Well, Bill is licking himself, sorry. Bill, don't do that, the people are watching. Yeah. Please comment down below which is your favorite of the 4 that we've chosen. Also vote in the poll on the community side of our YouTube page. And if you aren't subscribed to our channel, then please do. That's what he said. And see you next week.